Good morning, students. Let us go through the mind mapping of the first lesson in 7th class English. The title is Three Questions. It is written by Leo Tolstoy. We might have many questions in our mind which are not answered, and we might also feel that these answers are very important to us. So, similarly, in this lesson, we see that there is a king who had three questions in his mind. These three questions were: what is the right time to begin something? And which people should he listen to? And the third question is: what is the important thing for him to do? So, and one day he calls many wise men to his kingdom, and he also promises them to give a big reward. That means he wanted to give a big sum of money. And these wise men, they gave different answers to different questions. So for the first question, what is the right time to begin something? People said that the king has to follow the timetable very strictly, and some of them said that he has to notice what is going on in his kingdom, and some of them said that the king has to avoid all the foolish pleasures. And a few others said to prioritize the things and do the urgent things first. And some said to look into the future, and some of them also advised him to contact the magician because it is not possible to know what is the right time to begin something. All right, now for the second question, which people should he listen to? For this question, some people said that priest is the important person, doctors are very important, and some of them said that the soldiers are important to the king. And for the third question, what is the most important thing for him to do? For this question, some of them answered that science is the important thing, and some said fighting is very important, and some others said the religious worship is very important to the king. So now the king is not satisfied. The king was not satisfied. So now he did not give any reward to anyone because he was not satisfied. So finally he decides to meet a hermit. This hermit lives in a forest. In the forest, he lives in a hut. This is his hut. Now, the hermit, when the king goes to the forest, the hermit will be digging the ground because he wanted to sow the seeds. Now, the king asks him the three questions, but the hermit doesn't answer him. And that day, a king's enemy tried to kill the king. Why he wanted to kill the king? Because he wanted to take revenge, because the king's enemy's brother was killed by the king, and the king also seized his property. For this he wanted to take revenge. But he was not killed. He escaped from the bodyguard, but he was severely wounded in his stomach. So he ran away, he escaped from death. Now, that day the king and the hermit helped the wounded man by dressing his wounds, and they gave him fresh water to drink, and they also took him into the hut. And that day the king and the enemy made peace. And finally, before leaving, the king decides to ask the three questions once again. And the hermit says that today is the right time, or now is the right time, for the first question. When for the second question, the king says that the person you are with at a particular moment is the right. See the second question, which people should he listen to? The person you are with at a particular moment, you have to listen to that person. And what is the most important thing for everyone to do? Doing good is the most important thing for everyone to do.